Welcome back. Let's keep going. All right. That website isn't working. Okay. Still isn't working. All right, come on, work. Okay, giving up on that. Let's try again. Exactly what I wanted. Great. And it also looks like we're making our way back, which is also exactly what I hoped for. Right. Let's get that out of here. And this as well. All right, what are we doing today? Well, we are going to continue building this factory and continue to produce more uranium fuel rods and such things. And we'll also continue making the guide. So, yeah. Right, let's jump out of this train right here. And then we can go all the way to the top. Interesting. Let's see. Let's see if we can avoid this uranium or this radiation. Okay. Looks like we did. Look at that. Sunrise is happening. So, let's pick a next step to focus on. Maybe the next step that makes sense is go towards the uranium. So it would be like this thing. Of course, this thing. Copper ore, platinum ore, copper ingot, steel pipe, stator, copper ingot produce sand copper sheet, they produce 4 assembler. So what? Oh, 250 unit case unit cell. Ah, okay. So, yeah, let's look at sort of these few steps next. Okay, uranium, 75 concrete, 200 sulfuric acid, cased uranium cell. Produces 240 uranium, raw quartz. Let's also make sure we look at this and this. And where's the limestone? Okay. So I think we'll just sort of do this. This whole collection of things. So let's do this. And we'll just leave a space around here. Space around here. Okay. I've already done this. And where's the water? Yep. Done. This. Okay. Uranium, concrete, sulfuric acid, sulfur, sulfuric acid, and then we also need to look at the water as a part of this. Okay. So let's see, what do we need in our inventory? So we need 7 manufacturers. Also need an autosave. Alright, 7 manufacturers, 5 blenders. 5 blenders, that's fine already. 4 refineries. Okay, that was those 4. Alright, we'll go to what would we need here? Well, let's just put enough in for 8 water extractors. We're not going to need 8, we'll probably need 7, but oops, I shouldn't have updated this. Okay, I think this will make sense. So then we also need probably a bunch of piping now, probably like a bunch of belts. Let's say we need 50 of these and 100, oops, 100 of these. Here, logistics, 200, 200, let's say 100 of these, 30 of these. I don't know if we actually will need that, but let's just make sure that we have the material in our inventory. Oops. Let's say we need 20 of these, 20 of these. Say 30 and 30. Oops, come on. Stop messing with me. Organization, we're not going to need anything. We're not going to need anything. Maybe 500 foundations. Alright, so we also have all of the material here now. Concrete. Right, yes, we need a little bit more concrete. We don't need these presents. Cool. Next, probably iron plates. Okay, need 1, 2, 3 of these, 4 maybe 5. Okay, what's next? This, which we ran out of last time. Okay, plastic. We might already have enough plastic actually. No, one more stack. Okay, that was the train. Alclad, aluminium. Okay, good. We need some steel pipe. Okay, we're good on reinforced steel beam though. Need some of this. Okay. Don't need anything else from there. A little bit more cabling here. We're good on the wire side. Let's see, need some motors though. Know that, okay, fine. We have enough. Ready. What else? Heavy modular frame, not in here. Radio control unit. Okay, so it's just those two things. Alright. And now... Ooh, we don't have any heavy modular frames. Really? Did I miss those? Oh no, here they are. Okay. Cool. So now we have everything in our inventory that we need. Let's make sure that we know where we are going. Electromagnetic Control Rod. Put that in the bin. Put that in the bin. Okay, good. Dealt with all of that. Now where's the way down? Here it is. Right. I think this is where we process the material down, so we're not going to have to do very much here. It's just going to be back here, I believe. So what do you make? Okay, uranium fuel rods. So it looks like we actually have cleared all of them out of here. Alright, so do we need... Oh yes, we definitely need more foundations. Actually, what I'm going to do is basically put in everything and just do the last connection. Right, we'll have to get rid of this. Right, we'll do that soon-ish. And just put in the last connection for the guide, so people get to see it. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, Okay, we are making uranium fuel rods. Uranium fuel rods. Let's connect the power. These are just a little bit bigger than one foundation, an X number of foundations, probably 3. Like this is slightly bigger than like 3 foundations or whatever. All right. Okay, auto save. I didn't want to do these. Okay, yep. A lot. Okay. Nice. And then we will just connect the belts on all of these. Oops. Okay, good, yep. All right, last one. I think this is the most complicated one of them. Okay. Alright, yeah, and we'll leave this one disconnected just for a minute. Oh man. We will aggregate the output. Okay, so it goes right here. That's good. Alright, so that's these guys done. The next step okay, is uranium and concrete, so I guess it's okay, 5 blenders. Is that's on the other side, isn't it? Blenders. Okay. Cased uranium cell. Yeah. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, okay. Right, so we need to boost this. This. Okay, those guys are having fun. All right, so probably will need to extend this floor back. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so we need 2 splitters. One sort of right here. Oops, that one is wrong. I shouldn't be putting this here. Get rid of this as well. Okay. This is in the right location. Yep. down into here. Okay, so the other thing that we should do here is put down this right here. Okay, let's see. Right, so we probably have to finish at the start of this. Okay, and then we can draw that to here. Okay, there's an autosave. It's time. What's wrong with the color scheme? I like it so much. Green and pink. So what's the color scheme you would propose? And it can't be like black and black or something like that. It's gotta be like a little bit interesting. Dark gray and yellow. How does the color scheme work? I forget. X. Default. So a bright yellow and black. Is that what you're saying? Let's see if I like it. Where is it? There. It didn't work. Why didn't it work? Is it this guy? Okay, that's way too black. I can't see what I'm doing. I think we have to switch it. Alright, so this one needs to be yellow. Oops. And then this one can be black. That didn't work. It's way too black now. Why is it so black? Alright. Then we have to switch these ones around, I guess. Oops. Alright, I think that'll be okay. What's wrong with this? Now I can actually see what I'm doing. Alright, we'll make it a little bit less bright. There we go. This is terrible. I guess it blends in now. Alright. We'll run with this for a while. Maybe I'll switch back to green and pink at some point. Let's do the power. By the way, we now have 70 gigawatts of nuclear power connected, so there's that. Why isn't there any power over here? Ah, here it is. Now we just have to produce enough nuclear fuel rods, and I'm in the middle of essentially making a guide for it on YouTube as we put together the stream. That's why I'm leaving one of these disconnected, so then we can, you know, as a part of the guide, just put in the last few connections as I explain it. Alright. I have to get used to this color scheme. You know, it's a really complicated production line. This is all that it takes to make uranium power, nuclear power. And this is from like the raw materials all the way to producing the power. Kinda insane. Well, enjoy whatever you're doing. All right, we will put in this right here. Yep. That right. One to the right. Yep. Yep. All right. Good. Okay, so we've done the blender part. That's good. And then I was also going to do the sulfuric acid now. Let's see, where's the sulfuric acid? I think it's one level below. To figure out how to do like a nice little screenshot as well. At some point. But okay. That's water. And I'm pretty sure that the sulfuric acid comes from down here. One more level down. Okay. So this is about 4 refineries, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. So we'll do 1, 2, 3. Four. Right. And we're making sulfuric acid. I don't think I set the recipe up with the other one. I forgot to do that. Okay. Alright. Alright, I think this is fine. I don't want to put it there yet. Input from this side. Okay. And then let's gamble on that this is just the one. Let's see if that works out. Yes, it does. But hang on, I didn't want to do that. Let's put that here. Vertical. Great. So this should just be needing input materials. This, oh wait, I haven't done the output materials here. So I'll put this sort of here and then we can draw this all the way back. This pipe is actually placed slightly wrong, but it's okay. It should have been placed on the next foundation. But since there's nothing else that's actually producing on the other side here, it'll be okay. Alright, so then we have the production line water. You can see that all of the waste is being processed, which is exactly what we want to see. Alright, let's get the water. Oh boy, I'm about to take damage. Alright. Okay, resource is not deep enough. 2, 3. So we just need 1, 2, 3 more, then we should be fine. Because the one that we have, the last one that we have connected over there actually only produces at a rate of 17%. So we just need to double that. Right, so let's connect that to here. And the total water, it is 380. So we'll have to connect a second water pipe. Yeah, we will. So, alright, let's check on where we want to place that water pipe. So maybe what we'll do is we'll try and match the first, like this. Level here with one of the water pipes, and then it goes up. But hang on, no, this only has a trickle of water that comes down. Okay, so this here needs 250 water per minute. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll split one of the waters to go over here into this, and the other water will go the other way. Oh, hang on. Does this just have water input? Yeah. So this has 250 and this has 150. No, hang on. 1, 2. So this would be 4. So this would need another 120. So it would be 370 water that needs to come over here. And then the other water can go the other way. I think it'll be fine to lift it through this side. Hang on, where's the water coming? here. And then we'll just have maybe connect this water to that pipe and bring it back there. Right. So it would be like here. Well, it doesn't have to be there. It can be here. To give it a little bit more room. All right. As usual, we need to do the top first with these kind of things. Okay, good. So yeah, now we have the second pipe entrance right there that we can do something with, although it's kind of in an inconvenient place. This. So we'll have to see how we hook that up. All right, so now we need to do the guide. Anyway, first I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be back in one moment. I actually changed my mind slightly. I'm going to yeah, I'm going to just have two pipes lifting to that level where most of the water is needed. then we'll also... What is this for? I don't know. Maybe just a way to access that level. Okay. Yeah, we will in here just put in this pipe. Right, so a lot of water goes that way, like 370, and then some of the water will need to go this way. So we'll have that pipe probably mostly feeding that, this pipe mostly feeding that, and that pipe coming in down. So I think it should just come out in the wash to be fine. As long as we have the right amount of input water, we should be fine with producing the right amount of water overall using this technique. And then what we'll do over here is that we will connect these together. These two, and then I will put in like a stackable. Well, actually, I'll do it in a slightly different way. Right here, and then this will go to here, except it won't go like that. Okay, we will just put in like this sort of a thing. Come on, don't do this. This is like the most annoying part. Come on. Just climb up. There you go. Already has 4 on it, right? Here we go. And then that can pump up. Alright, I think that, oh no, hang on, I wanted to just change something else. Very heavily irradiated down here. Because I think I forgot to put in a recipe on the blenders on the next level up from here. Tiny bit of water coming down, which is exactly what it should be doing. Right. Oh wait, not on this level, on the next level up. And then we'll start the guide from there. Okay, I believe this is the uranium. Yeah, this is the uranium waste processing. And then these blenders here, I believe. I might have forgotten to set the recipe. Oh wait, not on these, but on... Can't get through. Okay, here we go. Yep, I forgot to set the recipe. On this, we are making encased uranium cell, right? Yep, that's not connected, which is what we want to see. And what is this making? Oh, non-fissile uranium. Of course. So yeah. What? So, oh, and then the manufacturers, right. These make the uranium fuel rods. Yeah. Okay. Right, so let's go to the one that I haven't connected, and then we'll start the guide up there. Okay, so the we've now changed locations. So all the nuclear power plants are like somewhere over there. You can see them. They actually look kind of small in the distance there. So what we've done there is we've increased the demand for the uranium fuel rod, of course, to 5.6. It used to be 2.8. But all of our manufacturing lines, which are all of these things that we need to look at in a minute, are only producing enough for 2.8 uranium fuel rod in most cases. So the next step is for us to actually go through our production line and increase the uranium fuel rod production, which I'll use as a reason to help to explain how all of this works. So we're going to do it in sort of stages. The first thing that I'll sort of explain is how these uranium fuel rods are actually made. And we'll go all the way back through the encased uranium cell production, then the uranium production here, as well as the sulfuric acid production, which will also show how the water is connected. And then we'll go through all the other materials. But yeah, we'll start with these 7 manufacturers, which is the last step before the uranium fuel rods are actually shipped off. So currently they only produce 2.8 uranium fuel rod per minute, so we need to double that to 14 manufacturers that are making 5.6 uranium fuel rod per minute, right? Which means that they need 28 electromagnetic control rod, which we'll also produce here, but we'll just park that for a minute. They also need 16.8 encased industrial beams. Again, we'll park that for a minute, but they're also produced here. And then they need 240 encased uranium cells, which we'll get to in just a minute up here. But yeah, the first thing that we'll do is that we'll look at these manufacturers. And conveniently, I have already put down everything except the last one so that I can show you how these work. So let's grab this splitter. Now I know it's nighttime, so let's turn on the light, although that doesn't seem to help very much. So in this case, I'm looking to place this splitter just 1 meter inside from the foundation, lining up with that input slot for the manufacturer, and the input needs to be coming from behind me. Yeah, so that's that one. And then we need a second input, so for that we need to go up a bit for that one. And then the last one here, and again just keeping an eye out on that left input, goes up 1 further. And then what we do is that we delete all of these splitters at the bottom here, and we can connect these guys in together so that the production line can start. Okay, and I'll just make my way onto this side. This one's a little bit finicky. Almost had it right there. Come on. There you go. Then what we want to do is use these lifters to actually hook these materials in And then finally, we can also connect this material in. Now, the other thing that we need to do is actually select the recipe. So we're making uranium fuel rods here. And of course, we need to have the power connected, which I usually do sort of on this corner here. And then the last step is, of course, that we need to find some sort of way through here and then connect things on the output. And again, these mergers go 1 meter in from that foundation, and then just lining up with the output, pointing backwards to collect the output material, and then we'll have these connected in here. So now all of these should be happily producing, except they're not getting encased uranium cells. They only have 2 here, so they still need a few more. But some of these other ones should actually be getting some more of them over time. Now, we actually are not producing the encased uranium cells at anywhere near high enough rate at the moment, which is going to be the key sort of input that's missing. And I believe the encased uranium cells will be coming in one of these 2 top locations, but they come from this side here, right? So this is where we make the encased uranium cell, and the encased uranium cell, let's go look at that production line. So we have taken care of this one. Let's just mark that as done. So let's go up to the encased uranium cell. So this production line is done in a blender. So currently we have 5, so we need to go to 10 blenders. And of course the demand is now going to be 240 encased uranium cell, and we're going to slightly underproduce here, deliberately. So just because we can't meet all of this production, that's the reason why we're going to underproduce. But anyway, so instead of 50 sulfuric acid per minute, doubling it will be 100 sulfuric acid per minute. These 125 go to 250 encased uranium cell. Actually, we're overproducing. Instead of underproducing. And then we're going to be needing, actually this produces 100 sulfuric acid and consumes 400 sulfuric acid, right? It also will be consuming 150 concrete and 500 uranium per minute. Now, in these sorts of production lines, you actually have to calculate the net sulfuric acid demand, because essentially 400 sulfuric acid gets you the encased uranium cell and gets you another 100 sulfuric acid on the input, right? So on the output side, you actually need to go, okay, you need 400 on the input, but then you actually get a quarter of that back, right? So you have to subtract that from the sort of gross demand for sulfuric acid, right? Then of course that produces you another bunch of sulfuric acid that you have to subtract, and another bunch, and so on. So this never sort of ends, but you can at some point go, okay, that's as far as we'll go, and we'll just sort of overproduce a little bit of sulfuric acid. But yeah, the net demand here is going to be 266 sulfuric acid, which is good because it's actually slightly lower than the gross demand would have actually been under 400. Okay, so let's actually connect this up as well. So yeah, encased industrial, so this takes uranium, which is basically the raw material, concrete, which we'll look at later, sulfuric acid, which we'll look at now, and then it produces sulfuric acid as well as encased uranium cell. So this is the output side, so let's connect that up first. We need one of these mergers, and again, just placing that 1 meter in from the foundation and lining up with that. And then we need to lift this up and connect these together. So that's now the output. Actually, we haven't quite done this. Okay, then we also need to connect the sulfuric acid output here. So let's do that. And then we'll go onto the other side here. So this is the input side. Of course, on the input, we need sulfuric acid, concrete, and uranium. So this is the sulfuric acid, and then I don't know. Okay, this is the concrete, and then the top will be the uranium. So let's put that together. We of course have to start with those first because they are just the one at the top. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have another autosave incoming. Let's see if we can't get ahead of it. All right, so let's let that pass. Then we need to connect this in, and we can also hook these input lines in. So you can see that the uranium is now getting delivered in, and the concrete is also getting delivered in. And then we just have to connect the sulfuric acid. And of course, we also need to make sure that the power is connected. Okay. Pretty sure it already is. And then we should see this starting to produce. So it's actually getting the sulfuric acid delivered into it. Now it's going to struggle with that because of course we're not producing enough sulfuric acid, but you can see that it's actually producing here quite well. But then of course we're going to have only a trickle of sulfuric acid actually make its way down here. So they're not going to be able to produce for now because we're not making enough sulfuric acid. Okay. So the next step is to produce more sulfuric acid. You can see a glimpse of what we're doing with the uranium waste on this side. So this is what it looks like on the front, by the way. So the output sulfuric acid, or the input sulfuric acid, is actually connected to the output. And then we have this sulfuric acid, which is connected down to the next level down, or maybe a couple of levels down, I don't quite remember, which is where we have our sulfuric acid production. And this is what the front of this looks like. So we're getting the encased industrial beam from below, and then some of the other materials are actually coming in from the back here. I don't know specifically what this material is at the top, but yeah. So they, the materials get sort of exchanged back and forth on this line on each level, and any materials that go between levels get exchanged sort of through the floor, either at this location or sometimes on this location as well. So that's how it works in terms of getting the materials back and forth. So let's make our way down. Oh, I should also say we've already been producing enough uranium and all the other raw materials. So the uranium mine actually happens to be over there in the corner, which is already producing at the required rate. Now you can see this is the sulfuric acid pipe, and it's not on this level. It actually goes down one more level, but yeah. So one thing we actually need to check. So the net demand here is only 266 sulfuric acid. So our pipelines will be fine. They're going to be able to transport enough of the material. Okay, so let's go down to this level. Here we go. So the sulfuric acid production is just at the back here. So the sulfuric acid is done in a refinery. It requires water and sulfur. So let's take a quick look at that. So currently the net demand is 133, so no, instead it's 266. I'm actually also going to double this input preemptively. So the net demand is actually 386. 86 sulfuric acid production. We're going to overproduce a little bit, which is fine. And yeah, we're going to be putting down 8 refineries. that consume 400 sulfuric that produce 400 sulfuric acid per minute and consume 400 water per minute and 400 sulfur. Now we're already getting enough sulfur delivered here, so we don't have to worry about that, but we will have to worry about the so yeah, up here you can see we're already producing 480 sulfur per minute at least. I don't know exactly how much we're producing, but I know it's more than 400 and it's likely to be 480 sulfur. Okay, so this is how this production line works. So we get sulfur shipped up here from the storage level below, we get the water shipped in here, and then the sulfur output sort of wraps around here and goes to the top. Okay, so let's look at the sulfur production. So this already has the recipe selected, so all we have to do here is just connect the output right here. So let's do that. And then we also have to go to the input side. Okay, are you going to let me through here? No. Oops. What? Alright, I'll have to go around the back. The power pole is in the way. Okay. So yeah, on the front we have the sulfur being shipped through in the bottom and the water shipped through at the top. So we just need a splitter here, of course with the input line on the back there. So let's connect this in. Make sure that the power is connected, and then we just have to connect the water into this as well. And then this should start to produce. So we're getting a little bit of water here, but of course we're not producing enough water at the bottom, so we'll have to change that. Come on, get through there. There you go. Right. So yeah, that's how the sulfur production works. So now let's go one level down again, and we'll take a quick look at the. So this is where all of the material arrives, and we ship a lot of it in via trains. We actually have 2 train tracks. One of them just ships in coal and copper, and the other one ships in most of the other materials that we're actually getting via train. Some of the slots are not used because I'm actually able to source the material locally, but when I built the train I actually included those slots in case I needed them. But yeah, you can see that the various materials, limestone, coal and so on, are all available here. In case of coal, we actually have 240 coal per minute coming in because we will actually need a lot of it. These are just materials, spare construction material containers, but yeah. Let's see, where's the sulfur? Here's the sulfur. So we're getting that, we're sourcing it locally from right up there, so we don't really have to worry about that. Now, let's go down to the water level. The water demand, so let's mark this as done. The water demand is actually, okay, so net demand is 120, and then of course we have 400 for the sulfur, and then we actually produce 120 again from one of the production lines, and then we consume another 360. So in total this is going to be 760, which is more than we can carry in one water pipe. So we'll actually have to find a way to split the water, which we will do down here. The other thing that we have to be careful with the water is to actually make sure that we produce exactly the right amount, because we have some water actually being put back into the system. So we don't want to actually press too much water into our production lines, because then they're going to stop working. Okay, so these produce 120 water per minute. We need to put down 760. So we actually need 7 water extractors for that. So 5 would be 600, 6 would be 720, 7 would be 840. And then, yeah, one of these needs to produce at, instead of 17%, at 34%, so that we actually produce about 760.4 water per minute. So that's just slightly overproducing. I think the 0.4 won't hurt us, but yeah, that's just a limitation in terms of how much we can control the actual production rates. So then the other thing that we need to do here is that we actually need to connect up this second water to be lifted up, because of course only 600 water can fit into any given pipe. So yeah, we have 3 over there. Oops, there's that autosave. And another 3 water producers over here, and then this one is currently set to 17%, so we need to actually set this to 34% if we can manage to get it there. There we go. So that produces 40.8. So yeah, we have 720 from 6 that are producing at full, and then we have another 40.8. So this is actually 760.8. That's being produced by this guy here. So that should satisfy all the demand for the water. So that's sort of one of the first end-to-end things taken care of, right? So we are now producing enough enough uranium fuel rods, although we're not able to produce all of it yet because of the industrial beam and the electromagnetic control rod, so we'll look at those next. We're producing enough encased uranium cells now. All of the inputs are taken care of here. We're producing enough sulfuric acid, and we're producing enough water as well. So I need to do a little bit of planning, and then we will look at the next production line. Be back shortly. All right, so let's look at the electromagnetic control rod. So for that, we need to actually look at this guy. This guy. Stator, okay. Copper ingot, produce copper sheets. Yes, we need to look at this guy. We also need to look at this guy. It basically means we have to look at the steel production as well. Steel pipe and wire. Okay, so that means that we have to actually do this production. Copper ore. We also actually need to do the quick wire production. Alright, basically have to do everything here. Alright, and then where's the steel? That's iron ore, coal. But we may as well. Oh, I intended to do this, but I didn't actually end up doing it. It's fine. Alright. So let's separate that a little bit. Actually taking care of this. We've also taken care of this. Right, and we can move this bit. let's see. Let's see what kind of materials I already have in my inventory to be able to sort of keep going with this. Okay, so this is the material exchange level. We're not going to do this right now. But let's see what's this one. Aluminium? No, we don't have to do aluminium right now either. Okay, this is just the aluminium production. Yep, and that just dumps it. Cool, so we don't have to do anything on this particular level in this particular case. Probably most of it is on that next level up, I would imagine. Right, we only have 38 of those iodized iodine filters, but I think we've done the worst of it. Here we go. So, what's the start here? Steel pipe. Okay, this is the concrete beams. These are the... What is this? This makes the steel pipe. I want to start with the steel ingot. Okay. Now, iron ore. Okay, 900 coal. Okay, this can actually go. That's not true anymore. So we need to actually go to 1,000. So we need 26 foundries here. And it means that we have to split the input and yeah, we have to split the input and output lines into two. Alright. So do I have enough of this material? No, I'm missing modular frames. Am I missing anything else significant? Got plenty of rotors, got plenty of concrete. Okay. So let's go up. Alright, just need some modular frames over here. Okay, let's get these into my inventory. What don't I have? Let's take some of these. Maybe take some of these as well. Plenty of that. Maybe I'll take a little bit more wire here. I don't think I'll need this stuff. Maybe I'll need motors. Yeah, I don't think I need that. Don't need that. Alright, I think I'm good. Good. Well, let's grab a few more belts here. Where are the belts? Come on, give me belts. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay, it's down here. So yeah, we need basically, how are we going to do this? Alright, I need to put on the hazmat suit. We basically need more of this material coming through here. This iron ore and this coal. We need another belt. We also actually need another output belt too. The output here. So this makes, I presume, pipes, and that goes off to the beams. So we can check, maybe the output should be easy enough, because we probably will just sort of split it right here and then put one up or something like that. That's the input that's more difficult, because we actually don't have any okay, we have a slot for the iron ore here, but I don't have a slot for the coal. It's being used already. So basically we'd have to do it underneath. Or above. What's above? Let's see what's above. Alright. We should be fine with just doing it above and then having it come down. Alright, so let's take the second iron ore up through somewhere. Okay, so at the front here is where we would do it. The second coal goes at the front as well. What is this? Okay, this is the iron ore. So, logistics, floor hole. Goes right there. Okay, and then the coal should be here. I think we're doing the most difficult one right now. So after this it'll get easier. Okay, so that's that stuff. We will need to separate the coal out. Because we essentially need a third coal line for the box side. Wrong. Okay, that's the conveyor floor. Alright, and yeah, we're going to lift past that level. And then pass it back down towards the back. Right, so we actually need to figure out what location we needed. So 45, 720 divided by 45. After 16, we actually need to get it back down. So we have 13 at the moment. So 15, no, 13, 14, 15, 16, okay. So we need these foundations to be in place too. Okay, so we'll leave this one unconnected, and then we'll connect. Here, this would be the input. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is the end here. So we need that goes there. 1, 2, 3. Which material is at the top? Okay, the coal is at the top. So right here we need the floor holes. So it would be probably, I mean, it would have to be like there, right? Or can it be one further forward? Let's see. Yes, it can. Okay. And then it would be right there. Okay, so 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Okay, and then the other thing, anyway, let's do these splitters first. Okay, I did the splitters wrong. Luckily that I noticed quickly. Okay, so they need to go right here. Right. Right, cool. Let's check the steel. Okay, doubling 390 is less than doubling 390 is 800, 780. Okay. That means that the we actually need to double up the supply on the input for the steel pipes as well. So yeah. Okay, so that's the end of this. Oops, there's a autosave. So that's that, and then we just need to set up the steel ingot. Okay, so that must already be producing, so that's good. Let's set up the power. The concrete will also not be easy because, well, actually it's not going to be as difficult because we, I forgot this, because we don't have two input materials. And we have one input material, and the output material is already like much lower in terms of the production rate. Alright, so that's all good. So now let's do these splitters. They go. No. Merges. Okay. Actually, I'm going to put in these mixed foundations too. Okay, and I'll leave this for now. Oh, I need to disconnect one of these, but anyway. Okay, let's see which one needs to go up. Let's get out of here. Right. Which one has these change? Okay, here we go. So this one actually needs to do that kind of a thing, right? here, we actually don't need it like this anymore. We just need it like this. Okay, we'll do it like that. Which means that on this side we actually need to go one level higher. Actually, before we mess around with it too much, let's make sure the ones at the back are actually getting material. Hang on, how much is the demand on? Okay, that's going to be 240. 240 divided by 45 is about 5. Okay, well, it should work out actually. I don't need to worry about it too much. The reason it should work out is because okay, we'll have to kind of go up here above those things. Right. What is this? Deuterium. So we need to come back down over here. So the coal and iron ore need to go along here. Right, along here. So how about we put them into those 2 slots? That should be high enough. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, let's try this. So we want this guy to go into, I think that's let's see, is that is flat. Alright, let's just connect this one up for now. What is all the demand on the coal? Okay, so there's an additional 120 demand for the bauxite, I'm pretty sure. Ooh, now we actually have to avoid, that's wrong. We have to avoid this line here, so we'll go right in between. So let's try this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think this is going to look good. No. Okay, so 1, 2. Alright, so what I'm gonna do here is just take this backwards and see how far we can take it. Belt is too long, so we can probably take it to here. 2, 3, 4. Okay, how many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I actually need one more. Okay, let's see again how far we can take this back. Okay, belt is too long, so we'll take it. Well, we should be able to take it to here. 2, 3, 4, 5. autosave. So this is going to want to do something like this. So, okay, 1, 2. Okay. Okay, so that's what we want. Okay, I think that, no. So we can just walk up, get up here. Nope, even that doesn't help. I think it's this. Why do I keep getting it wrong? Okay. This stuff. Okay. Good. That can come all the way here. Right, so we have then connected this. We should also just make sure that we change the call. Actually, let's check whether we even have to. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Can do this from up here. There you go. Okay, let's say it's this. Yes. Okay. So the iron ore is coming through here and then going all the way to the back. Let's check on it. Right, let's go to this side. The other thing we could have done is, of course, do it below, but all right. All right. We need to do that. Right, let's make sure that all of these are working. On the way back. Yep. Okay, of course this isn't working yet. That's exactly the way that we expect it to behave right now. Okay. So then we need to draw this guy back. Belt is too long. Okay, so let's put something right here, 2, 3. Ooh, yeah. 1, 2, okay. So that's fine. Oops, I need to know how far I can take this. Okay, belt is too long, goes to... So there it would be bad. So let's take it to, I don't know, let's say here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then sort of somewhere in between here. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. So instead of this, it just gets connected to there. And then, so basically the same place where this gets, anyway, we don't have to do that. Oh yeah, we do have to do that right now. Okay. Alright, so we've done, hang on, before we move away from the coal, yeah, coal goes to 1430. So let's give the bauxite a different coal source than the one that we'll be using for steel. Right. And then we don't have to think about coal anymore. It'll be all good. Alright, here we go. Let's go here. This is coal. Right. Right, cool. So that just goes to there. Right. And then so that the coal comes out here and then is shifted up into this slot. That slot. Okay. So it needs to come out the front. Which slot is it? 1, 2, 3, the 4th slot. Okay. Okay, let's exchange it through here. So we need 1, 2, 1, 2, no, yes, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, let's work this up. Okay, let's go down. Okay, I think that will be it. Yep, okay. Then so it would actually be beneficial if we went over by 1 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. this particular case because then we can connect autosave. Can connect this one into here. Then instead of needing this like that, we just connect this into there. Right, let's make sure. Okay, I think that's fine. Let's see, where's is this be? Where does this go? Okay, good. And yeah, we don't need to actually do this interchange here anymore. It's called interchange. You can just keep getting lifted. So let's make sure that it does first. Okay, then we can delete this part here. Good. So now we have switched this coal input, and then the coal is purely dedicated for the steel. So next we need to do the steel pipe. Okay, only have 34 of those left. Steel ingots, we've done that. Steel beam and 2 constructors, and steel pipe in 13, so we have to go to 26 constructors. Okay. Where am I? Who am I? What am I? Okay, so after 16 we will need to draw these guys down, the second one down. So I can only do, right, let's put that in the foundations. I can only do 3 more. 1, 2, 3, and I'll do the 4th. But of course we need to splitter that one, or not, do something different with that one. This in, put this in, put this in, aligned, got this wrong. Here. Okay, you're making steel pipe, steel pipe, steel pipe, steel pipe, but this is of course slightly wrong. Okay, so 1, 2, okay. The output is fine because it actually produces that. So this is 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Alright, let's go back to the recipe. Oops. Okay, good. Did I do this wrong? Yes. I think we are just doing the most difficult part here. So, well, we've done the most difficult part, which was the steel production. Let's get the power done. It's a surprising amount of steel that you actually need for producing uranium stuff. Right. And then it's the merger. Right. Okay. Just so I don't walk off accidentally. Yes, sir. Yes, please. Nice. Good. Here we go. Alright, that's it. Now I need to be super careful here that I don't get these wrong. I think it's this one. Nope. This one. Yep. Right, so I went to this guy. Did I get these wrong? I mean, I got this one wrong. Right, I think the rest are fine. Wrong. Okay. All right. So there's that. And yes, this then needs to come back. I'm going to guess like to here. 2, 3. All right. Then we'll draw it maybe to here. And, missing concrete. Alright. Let's go grab more concrete. Am I missing anything else? Am I getting low on anything as well? Probably just collect more material together. I think from the rest from here is going to be pretty straightforward. Wow, that was bright. Let's see how much more we can get done today. I don't know. Kind of low on iodine filters as well. Right, concrete. Please give me more. Right. Do I need any more of these plates? Yes, that would be helpful. Right. Pipes. I don't really have that much left. Plastic I should be good with. Let's delete this, delete this. Yeah, I'm not going to grab more plastic right now. This is already empty. Grab a little bit more of this. I've got plenty of that. Let's grab those. Maybe a couple more rotors. Plenty of that. Well, let's grab one more of those. Should be fine here. Should be fine here. And here, good there. Radiation levels here are going through the roof. Right, so we were just working on these steel pipes. I believe here. No, one further level down. Okay. Cool, we'll do this side then. So 1, 2, 2, 3. Okay, and then we'll just try to do one in between these. Maybe right here. 1, 2, 3. Trust that. Okay, let's see. I want to see this work at the back. Okay, I can see those pipes going down. And then these guys are all producing, starting to. Okay. This is just a matter of time. Okay, cool. So that's that. This is the concrete production, which we don't have to do just yet. The next step is I just want to do this steel beam. Steel beams, yeah, this is deliberately not connected. Right, for that we just need to go over here. Okay, steel beam, so that's 2. This is the input side, 3 and 4. Okay, I went to a splitter on there, but I will do one here. Okay, steel beam, merger, take this backwards. Where's the power? Let's do the power. Okay, I think we've done the big part of this. So steel beam, steel pipe. All right, we've done this. We're going to skip this for now. We're skipping this, we're skipping this. Okay, and then we have to do this as well. So we need to look at the deuterium and the copper production. Okay, the copper also needs to be doubled up. But that's the last thing. Right. Deuterium. So this is already done. This is already done. I should also note these are already done. Right. Deuterium or deuterium ingot. Where does the deuterium go? I don't think the deuterium is on this level. Maybe it's on this level? Yes, but it also is only over here. Okay. So juices 6 smelters, so we need 6 more smelters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, skip this one. That keep going wrong. Okay. Deuterium ingot. This looks like white chocolate. Okay, merger. To produce some white chocolate. Not yet, but now it is. Okay, I think this is lined up nicely. Okay. Come on. Wait, put one in here. Right, so that's all done. Tube ore into the ingot, 7 constructors. Okay, so we're going to need another 7 constructors. I assume that they are on this side. Yep. Okay. And the input is on this side. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, let's do quick wire. How much quick wire do these produce? Okay, we need to double these up. This is a splitter. Okay, oops, I didn't want to do that one. This one goes here. Okay, I did this wrong. That's okay. Just have to keep that in mind. because these produce 840, which is more than the 720. So on the output, we have to see, maybe the last two have to be doubled up, have to go into the second level. Alright, let's get the power. I wonder where these get delivered to. Right, so these produce 60. So if we go to, yeah, the last two make sense. Yep, the last two just need to be doubled up. Right. I don't know where they go at the moment. Okay, don't do that one. Let's go to the front, grab more belt material. Let's have a quick check where these actually go. Okay, they go right here, so that's good. They consume 100 per minute. Alright, so that it'll make it really easy. The fact that they are like close over there makes it really easy. And we will actually combine the last three because 100 per minute doesn't easily go into 60. So we'll just put 180 on the last belt. Yeah, and we'll just refresh the existing belt at the bottom. Right, let's check. Still have plenty of concrete, still have plenty of that. Haven't used any more of that, more that. So nothing left in here. Those were my belt materials that are, yeah. All right, well, luckily we have, luckily we have a way of producing more over here. I think on the bottom floor. Yep. Okay, good. 5, 6, 7. Okay. Let's go back to the Deuterium, which was, I think, right here. Was it? Yep. Right. Actually, it's not going to matter. We'll just keep the same last two. Because we're just going to refresh the existing belt anyway. Maybe after the first two even. Alright, so actually no. 1, 2. Okay, good. So I don't know, let's see. When is the belt too long? Okay, about here. But, so let's go to here. 1, 2, 3. I think it is maybe 4. Let's see. Because we need a lot more of these anyway. AI limiters. Where do we produce the AI limiter? Okay, we need an additional 4 assemblers. So one, two, three, four. I think this is all done. Yeah, it's just waiting for input material. Okay, so here we need AI limiter. Okay, and then what we will do, that's very hard. How are we going to do this? We're going to do it like this. Let's see. 2, okay. So that goes into there, that goes into there, that goes into there. Okay, so that's the input side of it. So 1, 2, 2. Needs to be right there because we actually need this. Oops. So like that, and then I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then okay, we'll go on to the other side of this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think. Then that is not going to be high enough, so it needs to go up by 2 more. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. So that gets this back in here and then refreshes this. Already connected. Okay, that one I'm skipping for now. Okay. So that's the AI limiters. Okay, and then we have to go back through the copper. So if for the copper we actually need a second line to lift. Hang on. These guys don't have power yet. Let's do that. Okay, so the copper comes from one level below. So it comes from this side here. So let's see, where's the copper? We just need a second level of it. Oh, right, I see, I blocked that off. We can probably get rid of that. Cool. That's coal, that's something else. This is copper, okay. So where does the second one usually get lifted? Okay, right there. Okay, so we'll put that one right there. Alright, so that's copper. Okay, so produces, no, copper 420 copper ingot. So we will actually need to split this. Oh, yeah. We actually need to lift the copper through here. I think the copper is the last sort of difficult production line to put together. And then, still have the concrete. Alright. So this is where the copper goes. It has a slot right here. So what we can actually do is we can this slot. And then just hook it in like this. Then we already have our second copper line connected. Alright, so 420, 14 smelters, so we need another 14 smelters. These smelters are easy. Right, may as well get this bit done as well. Okay. The wire might be kind of difficult as well. Okay, so yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. what you need for this. Right, let's get the power. Right, here we go. These lined up so far. Okay, looks like it. Right, let's do the output. Right, it goes like this, of course. Yep, that one's right. Up. But I'll do that in a minute. Let's figure out on the input first where these need to go. Alright, so the total for the copper is 420. So 840, so we have 120 that we need to double up, that we need to use the second one for, which is four of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one here actually needs to do this and use that second level. Fine. And then we just have to look at how we split the output up. Alright, so let's make sure this one at the back works, where we're getting the material delivered already. I thought that the hardest part would be putting down the power plants, but it actually turns out to be this. Alright, so you are working fine. Alright, so copper 135 copper ingot produce 270 wire. Well, this is good news because this is not ridiculous. And then the copper sheet is fine as well. Okay, so it's just about how we distribute this copper. And what's the split? So 135 to 220. All right, let's just see how it is currently connected. Because we probably will just have to use kind of a refresh pattern. Okay. So the copper sheet demands 440. So basically what we can do is we can just take the second level okay, so the copper sheet go through here. Sorry, the copper ingots go through here. They produce wire. And how does this end up happening? Ah, I see. Okay, so it's actually pretty easy. Or is it? Hang on, let's see. The net demand is 135 plus 220 plus 60. So in the back, we're actually producing 120. So the 135 comes from the wire. And basically this is the wire output. How do we do this? How do we best do this? Because basically one of these, it's probably the easiest to just hand the 120 into the copper sheet. Yeah, so what we're going to do here is we'll have a merger that outputs like there. And then just gets one of these, right? And then the extra copper that gets produced here just gets handed to these guys. So let's go back here, see how far back we need to take this. Okay, conveyor belt is too long. No way. Alright, let's just go to here. 1, 2. Alright. Conveyor belt is too long. Right, so we can put, come on, no, come on, give me 0. Put something here, 2. Okay, and then I'm guessing there'll just be one sort of between. Okay, so then the last 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And through here. Okay, I assume this is working. Okay, that's working. So let's do the copper sheet next. Assume that the copper sheet is on the list. Okay, titanium ingot, copper ore, copper ingot, hang on, steel pipe, copper ingot produce. Okay, we need another 11 constructors here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Let's get the power. Okay, copper sheet, copper sheet. All right. You actually need a ridiculous number of belts for these kind of things. It's quite crazy. Right, and then it's merging it up. Glad that we didn't decide to do this 3 times more. That's ridiculous. Right. Okay, so that's the copper sheet. Then we need to do probably the wire, which should be right over here. Okay, wire. And the wire is, okay, 9 more constructors. Okay, input is on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. this. Might not have enough time today to do the guide, I don't know. It should only, actually no, it should only take like 15 minutes, so we'll see. I think this is the last week one. Right. Let's actually do mergers. Wire here. This is also wire. Okay, wire. All right, so we've done copper ore producers, wire. Okay, then we can do the status. I think that they are being produced right here. Right, let's just put in these as well. Maybe one more. Yep. Okay, let's see. 6 assemblers, so we need another 6. One, come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 second. Good. Oops, wrong mouse. Alright, this is going to be difficult. Stator. Okay, I won't connect that one just yet. Up. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to do the guide today. The next stage, we'll have to do that next time. Hopefully I'll be able to prepare for it though. Okay, we'll have to put this on. Okay, still good on concrete. Still, okay, we'll grab a couple more plates. Grab a little bit more of this. We should be fine on this. Nothing here. Don't need that. Don't need that right now. Do need the extra wire. Okay. Okay, good. So let's put this guy on. Right, so that's all of those connected. I didn't think it would take this long, but it will. These are some ridiculous numbers of material. We're probably producing more materials here for some of these than we are at our home base. So there's that. All right. All right, so that's that one. Copper sheets. I think we've done the AI limiters. Maybe not. Okay, so we have to check where those are going. So we've done the status as well. Yeah, I don't think we've done the AI limiters yet. We'll need this one. What are you doing? There you go. I double clicked that so many times. Okay. Let's check. Where are they? Deuterium ore. Oh, we might actually have done it already. Don't know. What is this? AI limiter. Oh, we put them down and we sort of connected them on this side, but in a sort of mistaken way. We also forgot to do the output. Let's do the merger. Okay, so quick wire, electromagnetic control rod. Okay, 5 assemblers, so we just need 5 more of these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're ready to do the guide. Is on this side. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Present got in the way. Alright, I think we'll just have to do the guide next time, because it's just, I would have to do it in a very sort of rushed way. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna do it next time. Because it's let's configure these to be producing AI limiters. Oh, hang on, no, these are not producing AI limiters. These are producing electromagnetic control rods. Let's see, and the output. Okay. That's lined up. Alright, so we've done, I think we've done all of it. Electromagnetic control rods, we did the AI limiters, we did the copper sheet, we did the wire, we did the steel pipe, we did the stators, we did the wire, we did the copper ingots, we did the quick wire, we did the deuterium ingot. And then we did the steel as well. Alright, so next time we'll put all of this together, and then it's concrete to do the encased industrial beam. We'll have to do the nitrogen, the nitric acid. We'll need to do something here. But yeah, it's gonna be kind of small, and then it's dealing with the uranium waste. But yeah, anyway, we'll leave it at that for today. So next time we'll have to put together the guide for the next step. But yeah, thank you for watching. Until next time, bye.